Okay? They are the life of the party. Here's the deal. If you have a party and you haven't invited any high eyes over, you're just having a staff meeting. Okay? Because the high eyes are the ones that kick through the door, right? They're like, hey! And they kind of drive the blood up a little bit. They get people excited. Why? Because they're people. They love people. And here's the thing. If you put a high eye in a position where they're not interacting with people, they'll have a nervous breakdown. They have to be around people. I mean, if you put a high eye in a closet and lock the door, they'll eventually just start talking to themselves. They will, too. And they'll answer themselves, too. And so you look at this and you realize high eyes love people. They get ideas, they get things in, and they immediately want to share stuff with people. And so the key is now, if you're a high eye, I want to teach you something. Okay, so high eyes, stand up. I'm going to walk you through this. Come on. All right, y'all scared now. You're like, uh-oh. What's Hogan going to make us do? If you're a high eye, listen, I know you get things in your head, you get stuff you want to tell people, and you want to go tell them immediately. Okay, no matter what they're doing. They could be doing open heart surgery. You're coming in to tell them something. Okay? So I'm going to teach you this phrase. Because what you have to say, yes, it's good, and it's going to be funny, and you want to tell them, but I want to teach you something, just so you can start to find out if it's the best time to tell them. Watch this. Here's what I want you to ask people. Are you busy? Why? Because think about this. If you're a high eye, you want to tell them when they can focus. You want to have their attention when you tell them. So let's ask them, and if it's not a good time, you can catch up with them at another time. So on the count of 3, I want you to say, are you busy? 1, 2, 3. Are you busy? Good job. Have a seat. You see, the more you do that, now you can start to, you're respecting people's time. And we can get stuff done. Now, stabilizing personalities. I want you to notice something. 40% of the world, 40% of people fall into this category. You have a higher percent of this personality style on your team and as your customers, and they're the most misunderstood. Stabilizing personality, here's the deal. Because they don't like tension. Look at that. They don't like conflict. They're a team player, and they'll have your back when others won't. Here's the problem. You can't read their facial expressions. You don't know if they're happy or mad. Watch this. If they're happy, they go like this. Mm-hmm. And this is them mad. Mm-hmm. You don't know what you're dealing with, right? And so I want to teach you this because we can blow by them so fast because they're not needy. They're loyal. I already said that. They're going to have your back when others people don't. But I think as leaders, we miss opportunities to support this personality style. This is the one that trips people up. And here's what I mean by that. A high stabilizing personality is the person that will take something, and they'll keep going with it. They won't get riled up. But there comes a point where there's a line drawn. If you push them over that line, they will snap. Okay? No, I'm serious. And it's scary because you're so used to this. That when they go, raw, you about have a heart attack. And so here's the deal. Don't push them past that line because they will snap and you will get stabilizing personality all over you. Okay? I'm telling you, it'll scare you to death. But don't do this. So I want you to slow down. See, with this personality style, you can't ask them something once or twice and expect them to tell you. You see, they operate based on trust. If they don't trust you, they won't tell you. And see, leaders automatically think, if you're a high D like me, if you ask somebody a question and they give you an answer, then you think, okay, cool, we're good. And see, there's a problem with the stabilizing personalities. For example, stabilizing personalities, raise your hands. I don't want anybody else to answer. Watch this. When we get done here today, I want to take you all out for lunch. Where do you want to go? They're like this. Where do you want to go? And if I press them, and I say, no, seriously, tell me where you want to go. And they would say, well, have you been anywhere good lately? And see, to a high D like me, I think that person can't make a decision. They can't make a decision. And you know what? It's not true. You know what the difference is about the stabilizing personality style? They don't have to make a decision. They want you to be happy. See, it's not about them. They want harmony. They're going to be okay. They're going to go with whatever. They just want to make you happy. And as I start to think back on that as a high D, I realize the opportunity that I missed. These people that had my back, even when I wasn't worthy of them having my back. Because I'm walking through making a match unit of my office. And so I want to make you aware of this, because see, they're people pleasers. They want everybody to get along. So much that it'll even come at their own expense. Stabilizing personalities, they don't like attention, so the fact that I'm getting ready to ask them to stand up is a dangerous thing. But trust me for a minute, stabilizing personalities, stand up. Nobody look at them, they're just looking at me. They don't like attention. But listen to me. I'm going to teach you a word that I know you've never said. When people are asking you, can you take on this project? Can you jump in on this and help? And hey, do you mind doing this too? And what do you all just do? Yes. You just pile up your plate. You take the work home. You end up not spending time with your kids or your spouse because you're doing this project that you didn't have time to do. So here's the deal. Here's the word. Watch this. No. You ain't ever said it, so I got to give you a minute to process. Okay? Why? Because you're defending your boundaries. You got things to take care of. So the count of three, I want to hear you say no. I want you to say it with power, too. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Oh, y'all meant that. There you go. Have a seat. And see, you start to look at this and you realize saying no doesn't mean you don't care. It doesn't even mean you're being mean. It just means you don't have time right now. That, hey, I can't take that on, because the more you take on, the more it's going to dilute your effectiveness on the other projects that really matter. So be careful here. Be smart. Now look at the final category, the cautious personality style. Now these people are very detail-oriented. My wife falls into this category. My wife loves details. If something gets put together at the Hogan house, guess who does it? My wife. Because she reads the directions. I mean the ones in English, Spanish, and French, okay? Yeah, she reads them all. And I can't. I start reading them, I get a headache. I got to put it down, right? But she does that. Why? Because she's a detail person. She wants it done well. Now, high C's are resistant to change, look at this, and very analytical. So much to the point that they naturally find problems with stuff. For example, high C's have found a typo in the workbook already, okay? Yeah, they done circled it like, oh yeah, that period's not in the right place right there. Chris and Dave are gonna fix that. That's wrong. That's wrong. And so they're analytical, naturally. Like my wife falls into this category. I'm a person, I have a business idea every 3 minutes. Okay? That's just how I'm wired. And so I can remember getting out of the shower. We've been married about 6 months. I was like, babe, got this business idea. And I'm standing there with my towel, telling her the business idea, and here's what she said. That ain't gonna work. I was like, okay, dream killer. All right, well, you're just full of love here. She goes, no, seriously, look, you forgot about this, this, and this. And I went, oh. She was right. But she could have waited 20 minutes to tell me that. Did I need to know that right then? Right? I was already ready to print up business cards and start a website, right? She just poked a hole right through there. And I finally got her to the point, I was like, all right, babe, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you about this next business idea. Don't kill it till we let it breathe a little while. Just wait 20 minutes to tell me why it's not going to work. And I eventually got to that point. Because what would happen is that she would shoot it down because she detailed, she could see it. I wanted to get it out, and I wanted to let it breathe a little bit. And so high C's, I'm going to teach you a phrase that I taught my wife. Stand up, high C's. You are the detailed people. You're the kind of people, when you go to the grocery store, you got 2 grocery lists in case you lose one, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, you're prepared. You park in the same place. You actually have form of payment out ready as you enter the checkout line. You ain't messing around. You don't go to the grocery store to get friends and make new friends. You go to the grocery store to get items that are on the list. And you don't care how good of a sale it is, if it ain't on the list, it ain't getting in this cart. You love details. But here's the phrase I taught my wife to say. I said, honey, listen, I know you see stuff bigger than I do and farther than I do, but give me just a minute. I said, do me a favor. The next time I come and tell you something, I want you to withhold the killing of the dream, and I just want you to say this. Watch this. Y'all messing me up. Hold up. Listen. This is a phrase I taught. That's interesting. Like that's all I wanted her to say. And then I would come back 20 minutes later and she would tell me why it wouldn't work. So that's what I want you all to say. Next time in the office somebody comes to you with an idea and they tell you and you automatically naturally see the 10 ways it's not going to work, I want you to withhold that and I want you to say that phrase. That's interesting. So count to 3, I want to hear you say it. 1, 2, 3.
That's interesting.
Y'all didn't mean that at all. Y'all are like, Hogan's crazy. But I'm going to say this. That's interesting. You get my point. Here's why, high C's. You got to give people a chance to breathe. You got to give them a chance to get it out. You naturally see how to make things better. What I want you to do is let the team understand that you're excited about it and that, hey, here's how you can make it better. You see, it's in the delivery, you all. Regardless of your personality style, it's in the delivery. High D's, yes, we do have to get stuff done, but we don't need to wound people. High I's, fun is important, but fun won't feed the family. We can have some fun, but there's times that things have to get done. Stabilizing personalities. Sometimes conflict is necessary. It cleanses the wound. And I don't want you feeling like a doormat anymore. I don't want you to do that. I want you to speak up. You're not being difficult, you're being clear. High C's, you start to look at this. I want you to let an idea breathe a little while. Then we'll come back and talk about how to make it better. Because when you strive for perfection all the time, it can snatch the motivation out of people. They'll stop coming to tell you things because you're viewed as a person that's poking holes in it. And as a high D, what I did was I got smarter. I still have ideas, and I know some of them are bad, but I take them to a high C now. I go to my wife, and I say, honey, look at this. And she naturally can poke holes in things. That's how she's wired. But here's what I said. This was me being a mature high D. Tell me what's wrong with it. And then when you poke a hole in it, give me a couple of things that I can fill that hole with. Tell me how to make it better. You see, what I just did was I went from being at odds to being on a team. I let her naturally use her strength. And I naturally understand my weaknesses. That's somebody that's in touch. That's somebody that's going to have the potential to improve. And so you look at this and you start to get the idea. It's important. Especially as you look at all 4 of these styles, think about how they would hire people. If you're a leader and you're one of these, how do you hire? Look at this, high D's. When we hire, you know what we look for? A body. We just want somebody with a pulse. Okay? Why? Because we can check it off the list and move on to the next thing. We don't care, like, are they breathing? Yeah, they'll work. Check them off. Let's go. Move on to the next. High I's, when you hire, you know who you look for? Somebody you like. You're like, they're likable. They're going to be real good in this position. They have the same dog I have. They're going to be great. Right? Stabilizing personality, when you hire, you know what you look for? Somebody that's the best fit for the team. See, you're thinking, okay, yeah, they'll come in, they'll get along with so-and-so and so-and-so, and that's who you hire. And the high C's, you know who you look for? Perfection. You look for the best candidate on earth before you hire them. And you'll look at a resume and say, yeah, I know they spent 20 years in this industry, but I just don't know if they know what they're doing. Yeah. I don't think they've done it long enough. 25 years is kind of the threshold before I'll hire people. And you look at this and you start to be aware that this personality style knowledge will help you in hiring. It'll help you in training people. It'll help you in connecting with them. Your team can go higher. And I don't care if you're a team of 1 or 1,001. You start to look at this and you realize this is how this can play out. You see, for us, we not only just talk about this, but we also use it in our office. I mean, we have them up. Like you actually can see the placards that are up around our office. Why? Because it's become this language that we use at Ramsey Solutions. It's become part of our DNA. So when we talk about somebody being a high S or a high C or a high D, we know exactly what that means.
But I also think as a company, the reason why we're approaching 500 people, the reason why we've won best places